that the Olsen family built for their kids.
Oh yeah? Pretty kids
So
play
they
with.
probably put a little pony on it, put it in the
Right.
ranch.
A lot of neat things here.
Yeah. When I'm down here, I want to show you this right
Sure.
here. This wood piece is part of the wagon over there.
Yeah.
This is what it looked like when they brought it in.
Oh wow.
See, maybe even John Deere colors too.
Right.
But anyway, he just kept this to show what the original piece was.
Or maybe they later
1860.
painted it green because of
Yeah.
John Deere and green.
Right.
It was later painted green. It might have been a totally different color originally.
Probably didn't have paint on it, probably just
Could be
the natural wood, you know, looking. But anyway, yeah, they have a lot going on down here, so.
Well, it really is.
And it's a nice day.
That's a beautiful day. Not like last weekend. It was 100. It was still 112 last weekend. That's quite a.
And the guy who just redid this is the one who did the wagon.
Oh, right.
The same man.
I can smell the fresh paint.
Yeah, it was just a few months ago when we put it in here. Actually, this building is brand new.
Is it?
On a month old.
Oh yeah, you can smell the wood.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Thank you so much.
Actually, kids.
Yeah, they really can. I like the old farming tractor.
That looks pretty sad when you bought it.
It wasn't really pretty dead.
Hello.
You want to see the Pioneer House?
Yes. Let me see. Thank you.
Yeah, this is a reproduction of the Newbury house. They had a house like this in Thousand Oaks 100 years ago.
Oh, nice.
More than 100 years ago
Yeah,
now.
look cozy.
Yeah.
Like the chimney.
Mhm.
Original.
Right. For heat, they had the fireplace and a cast iron stove in the kitchen, and that was it.
Ah.
So in here, it gets pretty cold at night and in the winter, and very hot here in the summertime. on a
Oh
hot
my
day.
goodness, yeah, I can imagine. Wow. Just nice, huh? A little room, but has everything. The more basics.
They had a baby and they had a 3-year-old boy.
Ah.
Yeah, they lived in Thousand Oaks. They did not live here in Newbury Park.
Because everything's been moved here, is my understanding.
Well, these have been rebuilt. These are reproductions
Right,
of
okay.
the original buildings. Right, it started out when they moved the inn up here and then it burned down.
Yeah, I didn't realize it burned down.
Yes.
I knew they moved it here,
Right.
but then it totally burned down and had to rebuild
Well,
from
they were,
scratch.
right, they were restoring it and they had the money, they had the land. So they had, you know, the insurance company paid, so they
Right.
rebuilt it the way it was in the very beginning, because it had been many different businesses over the years. It closed as a hotel in 1904, and then it'd been remodeled, so they went back and made it back into the hotel plans.
Well, that's
And then
great.
they said, we've got this area, our goal is education, so then they started with the history of the Conejo Valley. So you've got the pioneer period when they, after the Spanish land grants were sold, then the ranchers started buying property and big ranches and started moving in. And then you go back in time to the adobe, to the time Spain had control of this area, and then Mexico had it. And then you go further back to the Chumash.
To the
So
Indians.
you've got right down here, you have the 3 layers
Those got
right down
everybody
here.
That's
So
pretty
just
cool.
keep going down and you'll keep going back into time,
In time.
history.
That's
Right.
pretty cool. They're doing it that way. I like that.
Yeah, the Newburys had 2 children. They had a baby, a 3-month-old that was in their room with them, and a 3-year-old who had his own room. But after 3 years, they ended up leaving and going back to Michigan because of a
really?
great drought, right? It killed off all the few, there were about 9 ranchers in here at the time, and they all lost their shirt because there's no water for the grasses to grow to feed the sheep. or to grow, or they were trying to grow wheat and grains. No, nothing grew.
Nothing
And
grew.
then there was no water supply for the animals, so the
Or the
ranchers,
humans after a while.
or
too.
even humans, so they left
I
and
can't-
went back to Michigan.
Wow, what it's cold and ice. What
Well, that's
changed?
where they came from, so
I guess they were used to it.
yeah, it wouldn't be.
But they
here.
sure enjoyed
Well,
it here.
he had moved down to Santa Barbara for his health, because he did have consumption, and so that was for his health. And then he ended up going back, and he lived a few more years. But they had 2 more children in Michigan. But after that, he passed away. He was, I think,